Good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a pleasant Monday so far. Today we are trying Clay Gordon's recipe for spiked Mexican hot chocolate. You know, it has just a splash of the Solbeso in it, so it's very light on the alcohol flavor. This is kind of a large mug for this recipe. This is my Washington, D.C. mug from Caribou. It has all the landmarks and historical stuff on it. Air and Space Museum, one of my favorite things. I think for this size mug I should have used, this is a pretty big mug, I should have used a slightly bigger piece of chocolate. The 1 ounce size doesn't go too far in terms of flavor, but it's very light. It's like chocolate tea with a twist. So we had a great time talking to Clay Gordon last week. He was a wealth of information, talked about healthy chocolate and ways to taste chocolate and where Solbeso comes from. We'll talk more about that on Wednesday. So you can check out the whole interview. It's about 45 minutes long, but if you go to the YouTube page, you can look through the topics and kind of, if you're looking for something in particular, just see what strikes your fancy and click at that time code and it'll take you right there. Join us for a Google Hangout sometime. We're going to do that again. That's a really neat feature where you have people from all over the world that can all have like a video chat together. And even if you're not in the video chat, you can watch and send in questions. So I definitely want to do that again, maybe with some chocolatiers or other people who are in the middle of this chocolate business. So without further ado, let's hear what Clay had to say about this Mexican drinking chocolate.
I ran across a small company. Half of the company is down in Mexico, in a little town called Tapachula. I actually don't know if they're in Tapachula, but one of the products they make is down there, which is a place I happen to have been. It's down near the Guatemalan border on the Pacific coast. They make a fabulous mole, and one of their new products is a new hot chocolate. And I'm a big fan. The company's called Hernan, and this is a traditional Mexican chocolate with cinnamon. And if you've grown up and you've tried Mexican hot chocolate, you tend to think of Ibarra, the yellow and brown box, and it's very sweet. But I like cinnamon in hot chocolate. I like cinnamon in coffee, and I like a very, very traditional taste. So that's what I've been drinking. This is what I've been drinking this winter. Is a hot chocolate. This is my Martha's Vineyard mug, the black dog. It's the biggest mug I have, and so it makes.
There you go. You need a lot of room for this hot chocolate.
It makes a generous portion, and so it's one of the things that I've been drinking. Now, we all know that it's not good before you go out to drink alcoholic spirits, because what that does is it dilates the blood vessels, and actually gets blood to the extremities. At the same time, your body is trying to close down the extremities, right, to keep the core warm.
Okay.
But I have to admit that when you come back in after getting cold, and you give yourself a little bit of hot chocolate to warm yourself up, one of the projects I've been working on for the last couple of years is called Solbeso, which means kissed by the sun, and it's a spirit which is made from the juice of fresh cacao fruit. And so if one likes to spike one's coffee or chocolate, putting some spirit in it, which is made from cacao, is just about the perfect thing to do.
Well, okay, let's show you how we make it. So I'm going to start with about 1 ounce of Mexican chocolate. Add enough hot water to cover it. And I'll just let that sit for a few minutes. Here we are about 5 minutes later, and my chocolate is all dissolved. So I'll fill the rest of the mug with hot water. Top it off with just a splash of Solbeso. And there you have it, our Mexican drinking chocolate with a twist, a la Clay Gordon.